What's up, guys? It's Joey and I'm back. It's been about 3 or 4 months, I think, since I've made anything. As you can see from the video, this is not a Tanto. This was the first project that I started working on. I wanted to do a Bowie knife with nice Hamon, but I actually made 3 mistakes on this one since I hadn't made knives in a while. Messed up the jimping, messed up the clay. I put it on, and then when I put it in the kiln, it blew off. I had to reheat treat it again, and then it ended up getting a little recurve action from quenching it, and then I snapped the tip off, as you can see here, because I had worked on it for like over a month here and there, little bits and pieces. So I just looked up on my wall, pulled this off that I had made a while ago as a backup to something that I had made for someone else, and started working on that, and I'm glad I did. Here I'm just using my trusty angle chart for 1-inch grind on 3/16 inch steel. This is 5.4 degree angle. I want to thank all my new subscribers. I've gained I think 4,000, something like that, since I was posting regularly. So thank you to everyone who was subscribed, and all my other people that have subscribed. Thank you everyone. Like I said before, I try to reply to all the technical comments for sure, and any other ones if I have time. Here I'm trying out a new design on the Hamon clay. This is Satanite. A lot of people ask me about this. I haven't quite perfected how to get the design to match 100%. I don't think you really can. Once you quench it in the oil, it just kind of does its own thing. This one was pretty aggressive, but it came out actually pretty good. Also, my manager gave me this old ammo can quench tank. I told him about it. He wants me to make him a knife, so he bought me this and said, make me a knife. As you can see here, I didn't have it filled up 100% with my Parks 50 oil, and I knew it was going to flash up, so I got to buy another 5 gallons. That's the only way to sell it. If you want to get Parks 50, the only place I know where to get it is Maxim Oil. It's about $150 for 5 gallons shipped to my house. I think they're in Texas. Here I'm just taking a quick peek at the Hamon line with the 60 grit or 60 grit belt. It's a pretty strong Hamon, if you can see it at 60 right here. Usually you have to polish it a little bit more before you can even see it, but it's pretty strong. A lot of people ask me what my kiln settings are. I set my kiln at 1475. I let it sit and soak for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then I pull it out and I quench it into Parks 50. I use Parks 50 for 1095, 1075, 5160. I think those are the only 3 that I really used it with. Those are the steels that I use. Oh, W2 as well. Here I'm hand sanding the flats. I took it up to Trizact A30, which I think is around the same as 500 or 600, and I'm etching it here for the first time. I ended up etching it twice because after I etched it with the belt finish, you could see all these micro lines and it looked bad. So later on you'll see I re-etched it. Came out pretty good though. I even tried to polish it up here, but it didn't work. But the Hamon is strong, which is great. Here I'm using a heat sink I got from work. It's pure copper. This stuff is really easy to use. It machines super easy. The only thing you have to be careful with is when you're grinding it. It transfers the heat amazingly. If you're grinding at one end, the other end will get super hot. So you gotta watch out for that. This was also the first kind of proper handguard that I did. I slotted it with a 3/16 inch end mill, filed down the shoulders of it to make it flat. It fit on there super tight. I ended up using a collar. I used some of the scrap that I cut off and made a little backing collar, and I ended up JB welding everything. But I JB welded everything on so it'd be really solid. For the stuff that I do, I like it to be solid. I'm not making it so I can take it apart. So this is what I was talking about. You gotta watch out. You can burn your fingers. You know, it'll like all of a sudden just be super hot. Like, yow. Thought it was a little too thick, so I took some more off, but I should have left it thicker around the slot. Here it is fitting on. It's nice and tight. I didn't like the finish of it, so I decided to smash it with a ball peen hammer to texture it up. I used 3 different ball peen hammers of different sizes to mix it up. So here I decided, I went through all the trouble. I might as well re-sand it real quick and then re-etch it. I'm watching A Simple Little Life and Alex Steele in the background while I was doing that. So here it is, hand rubbed, 600 grit. Slap it in the acid. I'm using PCB etching. You can get it on Amazon. And there it is. Even right there, I could tell it was much smoother than the first time. About 600 grit is the minimum that I've found where you can still get a decent line, but make it all smooth. Some people take it up to like 2000 grit, but I can barely take it up to 600 grit. That's as much as I can stand. Here it is all etched up. I didn't show the part where I JB welded it, but that's a little backing collar. And then I decided to do another paracord wrap, red with black over the top of it. And I found this really thick paracord that had like 20 strands in it, and I pulled it out and wrapped it as the outer coat. And then I used West Systems epoxy. Turns like rock hard. Turns into like micarta. And then honestly, I didn't feel like chopping any 2x4s after I hand rubbed it for like a couple hours. So just some easy water chops, water bottle cuts. Came out really good though. I was real proud of this. The hand guard came out great. I'd never done that before. I hadn't taken a Hamon to that level. Thought it was really cool. Sorry for taking so long in between uploads. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'm gonna get right on the next one, the next project.